Hello and welcome to Doses de Cultura. Today we have a challenge packed with curiosities and interesting facts. Are you ready to test yourself with 100 general knowledge questions? Let's get started. Which ocean divides Europe and America? The Atlantic Ocean? Who defeated Medusa in Greek mythology? Perseus? Of which country was Andrés Manuel López Obrador president? Of Mexico? Which state in the United States has Austin as its capital? The state of Texas? How many points do the opposite faces of a die add up to? Seven points. Which country would you have to travel to in order to visit the city of Nairobi? To Kenya. In which work can you find the character Jean Valjean? In Les Miserables? In soccer, what is it called? The goal that is scored directly from a corner kick? It's an Olympic goal. What is the largest church in the world? St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City? Finish the saying, a shrimp that falls asleep? Gets carried away by the current. Which flower is traditionally associated with Valentine's Day? Since ancient Greece, the red rose has symbolized love. Legend has it that when Aphrodite tried to save her beloved Adonis, who was gravely wounded, she hurt herself on the thorns of a rosebush. Her blood stained the white flowers, giving them a bright red color that reflects the intensity of a love capable of leaving scars. Subscribe to the channel. In which country does the plot of the series take place? Squid Game. In South Korea. How many planets are in the solar system? Eight planets. What is the largest country in Hispanic America? Argentina? How is 75 written in Roman numerals? $75. What is the most consumed alcoholic beverage in the world? Beer. Which Japanese brand makes cars such as the Corolla and Camry? Toyota. Of which country was Mikhail Gorbachev president? Of the Soviet Union? Which organ is mainly affected by cirrhosis? Subscribe to the channel. The liver. Who was the director of the movie Interstellar? Christopher Nolan? Water is a compound made up of 2 oxygen atoms and 1 hydrogen atom. True or false? False. Water is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. Which treaty divided America between Spain and Portugal in 1494? The Treaty of Tordesillas. Which gas do plants emit during photosynthesis? Oxygen. Which ocean washes the coast of China? The Pacific? On what day in 1939 did World War II officially begin? September 1st. Ancient Egypt was ruled exclusively by men. Pharaohs. True or false? Some women became rulers in ancient Egypt. As female pharaohs, Hatshepsut stands out as one of the most successful. And Cleopatra, the last female pharaoh, is famous for her intelligence and her role in Roman history. The bicycle wheel's radius is 32 centimeters. What is its diameter? "64 centimeters. Which political leader was overthrown in Syria? In 2024. Bashar al-Assad. Which of these countries divides its territory into autonomous communities? Spain. Which one is Norway's actual flag? The Norwegian flag is A. How many holes are on a professional golf course? 18 holes. What is the bear's name in the Jungle Book? Baloo? How do most fish breathe? Through their gills? What is the capital of Cameroon? The city of Yaoundé? What is at the center of the solar system? The sun. What is the name of this actress? Is it Julia Roberts? How many days and nights did it rain according to the Bible during the Great Flood? The Great Flood, according to the Bible, brought 40 days and 40 nights of torrential rain, a divine punishment that flooded the earth, leaving only Noah, his family, and the animals on the ark as survivors. When is Three Kings Day celebrated? On January 6th. Manchester, Birmingham, and Bristol are cities in which country? Of the United Kingdom? In which card game do you need to reach 21 points without going over? In Blackjack? Who painted the Scream? Edward Munch? What is Japan's government type? A constitutional monarchy? Where was Parmesan cheese created? In Italy? Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the solar system. True or false? Is it false the highest mountain in the solar system is not on Earth, but on Mars? It's called Olympus Mons, and with its 22 kilometers of height, it makes Everest look like a simple hill. The human heart beats about 100,000 times a day. True or false? Is it true? Which country is the largest producer of honey in the world? It's China. What is Pedro Picapiedra's wife's name? Vilma? Which of these energy sources is non-renewable? Natural gas? Which of these diseases mainly affects the nervous system? Parkinson's disease? Which planet has the fastest winds in the solar system? Neptune's winds can reach 2,100 kilometers per hour, as fast as some fighter jets. Which is the only piece that cannot move backward in chess? The pawn? Which of these cities was the capital of Brazil until 1960? Subscribe to the channel. Rio de Janeiro. In which country was Hinduism born? In India? Which Renaissance artist is famous for the School of Athens? Raphael of Urbino. Which planet is named after the Roman god of commerce? Mercury. What is the only mammal that has scales? The pangolin. How many characters appear in the work The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci? "13 characters, Jesus and his 12 apostles." Which movie features the famous DeLorean as a time machine? In Back to the Future? What is the body's most abundant chemical compound? Water? Who built the Labyrinth of Crete to imprison the Minotaur? In Greek mythology, The architect Daedalus? How long is a soccer match in minutes, not including extra time? 90 minutes. Which country does this flag belong to? Is it North Korea? Which sea lies east of China and west of South Korea? The Yellow Sea? In which ocean is Easter Island located? In the Pacific. Who is the officer in charge of a ship? It's the captain. What are the two colors present in the flag of Saudi Arabia? Green and white. Of which country is Sarajevo the capital? Bosnia and Herzegovina. Which respiratory disease caused a pandemic in 2020? COVID-19. What is the name of the first artificial satellite that was launched into space? Sputnik 1. The first artificial satellite was launched by the Soviet Union in 1957. And although it had a simple design, its success in orbit was a great technological achievement that paved the way for future space missions. Which of these countries is not part of the European Union? Norway does not belong to the European Union. What is the disease that oncology studies? Cancer? Which mythological creature is half eagle and half lion? The griffin? What is the profession called for someone who works with leather and hides? Is it a tanner? Which planet in the solar system is named after the Roman god of the sea? Neptune? Which Russian city is home to the Kremlin and Red Square? Moscow. Which United States president ended the Cold War with the Soviet Union? Ronald Reagan? What is the real name of the character Darth Vader in Star Wars? Is it Anakin Skywalker? What breed is this dog? Is it a beagle? Which country dropped atomic bombs on Japan in 1945? Subscribe. United States. In which historical conflict did the Battle of Waterloo take place? In the Napoleonic Wars. What is the name for energy from Earth's internal heat? Geothermal energy? What kind of star is the Sun? Is it a yellow dwarf? Who wrote Fahrenheit 451? Ray Bradbury. How many players from a volleyball team are on the court at the same time? Six players? Which Disney movie tells the story of a Chinese warrior woman? Mulan. Who led Nazi Germany in World War II? Adolf Hitler. What is the most mountainous country in the world? With approximately 98% of its territory covered by mountains, Bhutan is the most mountainous country in the world. This extreme geography has kept the country relatively isolated for centuries, allowing it to preserve its culture and nature in a unique way. What meridian separates the eastern and western hemispheres? The Greenwich Meridian. Which of these islands is part of Spain? Mallorca? What is the name of the island where the famous Statue of Liberty is located? Liberty Island? Who is this famous writer? Is it Julio Verne? Which country are croissants originally from? From France? Which movie saga has characters like Frodo, Gandalf, and Legolas? The Lord of the Rings? What is the state of matter that has neither a definite shape nor volume? Subscribe to the channel. The gaseous state. What was the currency of the Roman Empire? The denarius? Who is considered the inventor of the radio? The Italian Guglielmo Marconi? The lowest possible temperature is absolute zero, true or false? The lowest possible temperature is absolute zero, which is equivalent to minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. At this point, the particles stop moving completely, reaching the lowest possible level of thermal energy according to the laws of physics. Where in the body is the sternocleidomastoid muscle found? In the neck? What is Don Quixote confused with giants? Windmills? What is the layer of the atmosphere closest to the Earth's surface? The troposphere. Which gas is produced in large quantities when burning fossil fuels? Answer in the comments. If you want to appear in a dose of culture. Congratulations to all the subscribers who answered correctly in the previous video. Now keep testing yourself with this amazing challenge you have on screen. I'll see you in the next dose of culture. See you soon.